Interesting. As far as your involvement at Carnegie Mellon University, getting the university ready for potentially a level 2 assessment, what has been some of your lessons learned?
I think some of my lessons learned is making sure that the decision makers are at the table, and
Right.
not just the IT folks. I mean, if they are the decision makers, that's one thing, but they are not necessarily holding the purse strings to be able to do some of the requirements that are needed. And so making sure that the decision makers are part of the conversation, maybe not every meeting, right, but are aware of what's going on, what's going to happen, and what some of the pros and cons of different options are, because they are the ones that are ultimately going to pay for it out of their budget, out of a central budget, whatever the case is. And so making sure that they are very aware of what's going on.
What's been your experience just in the university space? Not necessarily just your university, but universities. Why? Like,
I think a lot
are
of
they
it,
having the same problem?
They are. And a lot of it is, where is this going to sit? Who is going to be in charge of this? Is it going to be the central IT services, right, that do most of the central IT? Is it going to be the research IT group for that particular department, because they're the only ones that are getting CMMC in their clauses? How do we distribute the load, and how do we make decisions on who those decision makers are, right? Does it sit in the IT side of the house? Does it sit in our Office of Research? Or does it sit at the higher level, even above that at the presidential level?
So if you had a magic wand, where would you recommend it sit? What's your suggestion?
I think it's a group effort between Office of Research and the central, or even departmental IT, whoever is responsible for it. And I know, internal funding can be a challenge at universities. My department, my money, I'm not going to compare it. And I'm sure that it applies everywhere else, but I think it needs to be a joint effort, because, like you said, it is not just IT, but a lot of the controls are IT based and are going to have to be implemented by an IT team.
Certainly is a joint effort. No doubt about it. If you receive value from this episode, I invite you to subscribe and like so that you're the first to know when we release new episodes. Also check out cmmcproof.com to learn more about the arsenal of resources that we provide to equip you to conquer CMMC. We'll see you next time.